Okay. Okay, so far we have covered the several kind of matrix decomposition. Today we continue polar decomposition and matrix, non-negative matrix decomposition, factorization. And I actually gave a talk on this polar decomposition in this, but in Korean. But today, we will go through it in detail. That was for the elementary, the freshman student here. We have covered the LU decomposition and the Cholesky factorization and the QR factorization by using the Gram-Schmidt also normalization process. And we also introduced the Haushalter transformation as well. And the power method was introduced, and the singular value decomposition and the pseudo inverse, and how to find the singular values and singular vectors was introduced in the last class. And least square was defined, and the method of finding least square was introduced. And the low-rank approximation was introduced after the singular value decomposition. And today, we will cover the polar decomposition and non-negative matrix factorization. And then we will continue to cover the Jordan canonical form and generalized eigenvector and matrix functions, and generalized eigenvalue problems, and the matrix and graphs. And then I think we will cover the most of the mathematical background. So we will be ready for the PCAs and linear programming, data minings, and unsupervised learning and supervised learning, etc. Okay, polar decomposition. First, sometimes in here the tensor terminology tensor was used. So I introduce you the definition of tensor. Tensor are geometric objects that describe linear relations between geometric vectors and scalars and other tensors. So a linear map, which is represented by a matrix, which is a two-dimensional array in a basis, then this matrix is a second-order tensor, actually. And the vector is represented as a one-dimensional array in a basis, so it is one first-order tensor. Okay, here. Polar decomposition, so you just think the second order tensor is just matrix. So the matrix can be considered the linear mapping. Okay. Polar decomposition is defined as a unique representation of an arbitrary second order the tensor A or arbitrary matrix A as a product of orthogonal matrix R and positive semi-definite positive definite symmetric matrix U or V, according to A can be written as orthogonal matrix times positive definite matrix, or positive definite matrix V times orthogonal matrix R. Okay. And here the condition is this matrix A must have a strictly positive determinant. Why this works? For finite deformation, this allows us to separate the rotation from the stretch expressed by a positive definite matrix. The next figure shows how it works. Suppose we have a matrix A, then this can be deformed. So first after we stretch it first, then rotate it. That's why we use stretch and rotate R here. So A can be written as the product of those two matrices. Or we can rotate it first, then stretch it like this. So A can be written as a product of V and R. Rotate first and stretch next. Here, for a matrix whose determinant is positive. Okay? So for a positive definite matrix, then this factorization can be made. Okay. This polar decomposition states that any matrix A whose determinant is positive can be decomposed uniquely into a symmetric part and orthogonal part, like this. So for any linear operator, matrix A can be written as the orthogonal matrix or unitary matrix times a positive semi-definite matrix. Or A can be written as a semi-definite matrix times a unitary matrix, or also real orthogonal matrix. So this is called the left polar decomposition, and this is called the right polar decomposition. Okay, we have learned this for the we have learned the singular value decomposition. So actually, these are for the polar decomposition for the square matrices. So since the can be considered it's a singular value decomposition which is considered for the square matrices, positive definite square matrices. Okay, so if we so this is so with those, we can write it in a more formal forms. Okay, you know the polar coordinate g is equal to r times e to the I theta. Here, this part work for the rotations, and this r part work for stretch. So this is the why we are using this polar the terminology polar decomposition here. The polar decomposition is analog to the polar form of a coordinate like this. Right polar decomposition. So matrix A can be written as a product of also unitary matrix or real orthogonal matrix times a positive semi-definite matrix R. So A can be written as RU, or the matrix A can be written as a product of unitary matrix or real orthogonal matrix times the positive semi-definite matrix. Okay, like as a VR like this. Okay. And particularly if the matrix A is normal, then there exists a positive semi-definite matrix P such that A is equal to P square. So when we say a matrix A is normal, then A star is equal to A star A. When we have a real matrix, it's just A transpose equal to A transpose A. If we have a normal matrix, then this can go one step further. So the matrix A can be written as a power of the positive semi-definite matrix P. So it can be easily deduced from it. From those, we can define our matrix U and V more in the following way. The matrix U is defined as the square root of A star A in the right polar decomposition. In the left polar decomposition, the matrix V can be found as a square root of A times A star. Okay, so you can if A matrix is given, then we can find U and V. Then this U and V can be found, and then the R's will be followed. Also normal, the unitary matrix R. So with those terminology, what we have discussed can be written as a theorem, right polar decomposition part. For any matrix A where M is greater than equal to n, then there exists a matrix R whose columns are also normal, and the positive semi-definite matrix U such that A can be written as a product of those two matrices, R and U. The matrix whose columns are normal vectors, and also normal vectors, and the matrix U is a positive semi-definite matrix. The existence can be shown in this following way, and uniqueness also can be found. If we suppose we have two right polar decomposition, we can show they are same. And this polar decomposition can be applied in the continuum mechanics as well. So you will find those applications easily. So this is the polar decomposition. And polar decomposition has a relationship with the singular value decomposition. Actually, singular value decomposition is the combination of polar decomposition and the symmetric eigenvalue problems. When H is a symmetric matrix or Hermitian matrix in complex case, then H can be H is orthogonally diagonalizable or unitarily diagonalizable. So in the real case, there exists a unitary matrix or real orthogonal matrix V such that V star is the diagonal matrix. Then, with those in mind, we can compute the polar decomposition. A is equal to UH if you have a polar decomposition, and if this H is a symmetric matrix, then this matrix can be unitarily diagonalizable like this. So if you multiply V on both sides and V transpose on both sides, here on the left, on the right, then you have H, which is V transpose sigma V. Then we can substitute this H with this. So A can be written as UP times V transpose sigma V, like this. Then we just let this UP times V transpose as you define that as a U. And this sigma times V can be written as it is. Then as a V transpose. Then A can be written as U times sigma times transpose of the matrix whose the columns are also normal, like this. So singular value decomposition. So we have the singular value decomposition. So if we have a polar decomposition with the symmetric matrix, then singular value decomposition can be found easily from there. So we don't have to go through. So there is an alternative way. And computed singular value decomposition is backward stable if both 1 and 2 are stable. Okay, so these are the papers in the numerical linear algebra that you can check the details. For n by n matrix, singular value decomposition is less expensive than true learning of symmetric eigenvalue problems. So it is from this numerical verification, then we found it is more effective to find the singular value decomposition if we use polar decomposition. Okay, this theorem shows the relationship between singular value decomposition and polar decomposition here. Okay, for any matrix A, n by n matrix, there exists a matrix U with also normal columns, and n by n matrix P for positive semi-definite matrices such that U is equal to A is equal to UP here. This is what I mentioned, but here I show the details. This positive semi-definite matrix can be written as this. So it can be unitarily similar to a diagonal matrix. So we can find the unitary matrix, and this is n by n positive semi-definite matrix, and positive eigenvalues are here in the diagonal matrix S. Then you transpose U Hermitian. So this P matrix can be written in this way. Okay, unitary matrix times the diagonal matrix whose main diagonal entities are positive, non-negative, and the transpose of this. Okay, so P can be written as a V times S times V star. So suppose we have suppose it, okay, we have this U times SV. Then this S can be written as identity matrix times S. In here, this matrix, this identity matrix can be written as the what? As a V star V, when V is also the columns of this matrix are also normals. Then V star V is going to be identity matrix. Here, since this VS V star is a positive semi-definite matrix P, so if we let just this US V star as another matrix U, then this matrix A can be written as UP. So if we have a singular value decomposition like this, then singular value decomposition can be written as a polar decomposition like this. Okay. So, vice versa. So, polar decomposition and singular barrier decomposition is closely related. Okay. Okay. And the next one is a non-negative matrix factorization. Okay. Polar singular barrier decomposition, polar decomposition, and non-negative matrix. This concept. This is recently a lot of research are going on in this area. This non-negative matrix factorization are also called non-negative matrix approximation. It's a group of algorithms in multivariate analysis and linear algebra where the matrix V is factorized as V is equal to WH, where these three matrices V, W, and H are all non-negative matrices, which has no negative entries in it. This non-negativity makes the resulting matrix easier to inspect. So also in applications such as processing of audio spectrograms, non-negativity is inherent to the data being considered. Since the problem is not exactly solvable in general, it commonly approximated numerically. Okay. So, non-negative matrix factorization finds applications in such a field as computer vision, document clustering, chemometrics, and audio signal processing, and recommender systems. So, non-negative matrix factorization has been successfully applied in bioinformatics for clustering gene expressions and DNA methylations data and finding the genes most representatives of the clusters. So this is what he say. If we have a non-negative matrix V, then we can approximate. We can have approximated decomposition with the non-negative matrix W and H like this. Okay. So the matrix A can be written approximately as a product of these two non-negative matrices of rank less than K, equal to K. And the paper by Daniel Lee and Sebastian Sung and at MIT, and this enlightened the power of this non-negative matrix factorization. And if this paper was appeared in Nature, and the Sebastian Sung, who is a Korean American, got an award, Hoam Award, 2 years ago, I think, in Korea. And this figure shows it. And non-negative matrix factorization. If suppose we have the original image like this, then this original image can be factored as with the non-negative matrix, this and this. Or we can use a principal component analysis to keep this information in here. But as you can easily expect, we only deal with the negative matrices here, so we can save lots of times and money to keep the computation. As you see, the information, when you multiply these two, still have the output which doesn't make a big difference with others, which is more costly. And this algorithm shows the non-negative matrix factorization algorithm, iterative algorithm like this. And this kind of techniques are used in face recognition and many others. Recently, this non-negative matrix factorization was used in temporal psychovisual modulation. The TPVM is a new display paradigm that differs fundamentally in design principle, user experience, and cost effectiveness. Currently, a 3D display operates in either 3D or 2D mode, not both. And the TPVM solves these problems. In living room and theater, the audience can freely choose or switch between 3D and 2D presentations. And here is the examples. Okay, I'll show you. Okay, as you see here. So in order to see the 3D images, then you needed the glasses to see it. But this shows, okay, so here, this TPVM can be used in what? The MRIs and
In this video,
those.
two users choose different internal views of the human body in context of body exterior. Note that the two users' views are concurrent on the same display but independent of each other. The TPVM display system allows many users, say medical students, to autonomously explore the 3D world during group discussions.
So this non-negative matrix factorization was really used
MRI data set using a patterned
the
active healthy glass in the
problems
TPVM
of these
display
days.
system.
To give you better answers. The medical imaging. This is 4D. And see this one. Here. You can, here. If you use TPVM, then you can see the 3D dimensional the view without the glasses even. So this on the here. So as you see here, this non-negative matrix factorization technique can be widely used, and that's why the recently a lot of research was made on here. As you see, the biomedical center journals on bioinformatics are using, introducing this non-negative matrix factorization, the usage of it, and this non-negative matrix factorizations are used in many other ways, and Monte Carlo method was adopted here to after the iteration, you will see how it approaches the more clear image of it to see the image recognitions. And all these are done with this image can be factored out as a non-negative matrix is like this. And now the standard algorithm of non-negative matrix factorization are updated with the other techniques to be used in the field. And recently, this book on non-negative matrix factorization techniques were published by Springer. And so, yeah, you will see more on this as time goes. I think that's the end of the matrix factorization so far. And yeah, you're supposed to submit your homework by next Monday. And here is the content. Yeah, we have covered this much up to polar decomposition and non-negative matrix factorization. And we will continue the Jordan canonical form and generalized eigenvectors and the matrix explanation and then matrix functions with it. This is all related with the matrix factorization, Jordan canonical forms also. Canonical forms. And then generalized eigenvectors and etc. Then, yeah, we will be ready to start these data minings and learnings. Any questions before we start the Jordan canonical form? Any questions? And comment?